Welcome to Unity Inspired Living. Our community began in 1989 as a small worldwide Unity book study group, and we've continued the momentum as an ever-evolving spiritual community. Each Sunday, you will find dynamic thought leaders delivering inspiring messages and talented musicians sharing sound healing through their melody. Here, we embrace ancient spiritual traditions, universal truths, and emerging wisdom. Let's check out this Sunday message. We're so grateful you've joined us. I am the spiritual director here at Unity Inspired Living, and it is my great joy to be with you. I am so grateful to be with you every Sunday morning. And so whether you have been here for minutes or many, many years, thank you for choosing to spend this time with us. We're grateful for the co-creation because we all cultivate this space. So you matter. We're thankful for you. And it's beautiful as I see you all tuning in. Hi, Luwinda. Um, it's the community is so important because we're not meant to grow and be in isolation. Our humanity, we like to be together. So I'm so grateful for our space where we can encourage one another and uh, sometimes challenge one another, celebrate one another, and so importantly that we remind each other of who we really are. So thank you for being here because you are the light and the reflection and all the things um, that make this community so special and so bright. So thank you, thank you. This month we have been exploring Love Out Loud, and it just clicked this morning. This is our last Sunday in July, so it's our last Love Out Loud conversation, and um, I am deeply grateful for all of the ways we have looked at loving out loud. It's been so nourishing. Um, we've really discovered that love isn't really like just an emotion, right? That we experience. It's a way we choose to live, and it's reflected in all the ways we show up. So, thank you for being part of energizing Loving Out Loud this month. Truly grateful. So, we are exploring this um, theme with our beloved Reverend D. Jacqueline Edwards. It is always a joy, a delight, um, a really powerful experience to have Reverend D. Jacqueline with us. She is the founding minister and spiritual leader of Platinum Butterfly Focus Ministry, a community built on the beautiful vision of creating a world in which everyone has the opportunity to thrive. What a beautiful mission. And her ministry, her soul, reflects this deep commitment to spirituality as a path to prosperity, to justice, to peace. And whether wears lots of hats. So whether she is serving as a minister, a teacher, a spiritual coach, um, a counselor, a facilitator, she has a remarkable, special gift for helping people discover all the ways to live their spiritual principles. And we are so blessed to have her conclude our Love Out Loud month. And I can't imagine a more fitting guide for this. And her message this morning is a rising tide lifts all boats. Woo! I love it. I love this. I'm so excited. And thank you. Thank you, Reverend Jacqueline, for saying yes to us. We are going to continue the conversation after our live stream, and we are going to move into our Zoom room for the workshop. Love, need it, want it, undecided? Let's talk about it. So we're going to move into the Zoom workshop. I'm going to drop the link here in the live stream chat. It's also on our website homepage, unityinspiredliving.org. You can go in there and everybody is invited. So please bring friends, bring neighbors, tell everybody. And our space is open. So we have a really rich time there. So join me in opening your hearts and warmly welcoming Reverend D. Jacqueline Edwards to our platform this morning. We're so grateful for her. Yes. So thank you. Thank you. And you will recognize another beautiful face on our screen. And we haven't seen her in a while. So we're so happy to have her back. So delighted to welcome back Jessie Powers. She is powerful. She has this beautiful, engaging, deep, soulful melody and music that invites us to I feel it activates this deep space and allows us to be in this stillness while we're like moving in this deep vibration. So she's really special and very powerful. Her music is a reminder that spirit speaks um, clearly when we are present and slowing down. And so thank you, Jesse, for blessing us again with your gifts and your talent and your heart and soul. We are thankful for you. So we also have on our screen our beloved Nancy Pimentel, and she is sharing our inspirational reading and guiding us through the prosperity and practice. She is in so many ways a beacon of light in our community, and we are so grateful for you, Nancy. Thank you for being with us today and activating our space here. So thank you, everybody, because you are part of the cultivation of preparing our hearts for the message today. So we are going to get started, and I'm going to turn the screen over to Jessie, and she has our community song for us this morning. So remember, when you sing, starts things moving in your body and soul. So thank you, Jessie. It's all yours.
Thank you, Amy. All right. The time has come again for us to declare that it is a beautiful day. So your part goes like this. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Okay, so then, if you'll remember, on the count of 3, I would like all of you, wherever you are, very much out loud, to give me a very confident huh, just like that. Okay, so let's try it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Huh. You got it. I know you did. You'll know when to sing. Here we go. I wake up early to the morning sun. I don't know how it does it every day. It rises up and then it falls again, born only to die away. Yeah, look in the mirror and I see myself. I don't know how I do it every day. Standing on this big blue rock, not knowing what I'm doing here. Still believing there's reason, keep on keeping on my way. Each time I open my eyes, well, that's when I get to decide how I am gonna show up and show out in this life. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Whoo. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Sing it. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Sing it 2 more times. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Look at the clock, it's running day and night. Got no control in those little clock hands. A little soldier just marching through time. Well, I'm so glad I am not a clock. I am alive and I can choose to dance each time we open our eyes. Well, that's when we get to decide how we are gonna show up and show out in this life. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Sing it out loud. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Keep going. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, get up, get up, get up, and be grateful. I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, and I'm thankful. Get up, get up, get up, and be grateful. I'm up, and I'm ready to play. Yeah, everybody get up, sing it. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up, oh, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah. Everybody get up, oh, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Everybody 'cause it's a beautiful day. Huh.
I love it. That was great. What a good reminder too. Is like, just get up. It's a beautiful day. Every day is a beautiful day. Sometimes we forget. We get bogged down with things. Thank you, Jesse. That was perfect. So grateful for you and your energy and your spirit. That really did uplift us. Okay, I'm going to hand the screen over to Nancy. She has our inspirational reading this morning for us. And it's just always so amazing how few words have the power to gently shift so much. So thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. Today's inspirational reading is from the Daily Word and aligns with our theme, Love Out Loud. I cherish the gift of life. I create my life with my outlook, my choices, my thoughts, beliefs, and actions. I have the power to be grateful, even while experiencing disappointment. I can be loving, even in the face of anger. What I choose to energize will determine the tone of each day. My attitude creates waves of energy as my life resonates at the frequency I send out. I choose to claim my life as a precious gift. I make lists of things for which I am grateful. I speak words of love to my family and friends. I share smiles with strangers, and I help where I can and cherish every single moment I have. I live and breathe within the allness of God, and I see the blessings bursting forth in new and exciting ways every day. Thank you.
That was beautiful. I love that. I live and breathe in the allness of God. Okay, let's let that speak to our hearts as we move into some more music. Thank you, Jesse.
The allness of God. And isn't it kind of wild that that's exactly what we are? I wrote this song when I got tired of all of my spiritual self-help books. And I was like, I want to be an embodiment of this stuff and not just think about it. So what would it be like if I knew? What would I do if I knew for sure that I was made in the image of love, in the allness of God, that I am that? They're in the center of my soul. I can feel it all around me. Something holy and untold. But I hear it perfectly. Somehow in the deepness of now, I can see I was made in the image. I was made in the image of love. I was made in the image. I was made in the image of love. Here and now, I can see I was made beautifully. I was made in the image. I was made in the image of love. Beyond books and words and songs, at the gate of all my longing, leaving certainty behind. I take one step and you come running. It's clear. Ooh, in the sweetness of here, I can see we were made in the image. We were made in the image of love. We were made in the image. We were made in the image of love. Here and now, I can see we were made perfectly. We were made in the image. We were made
Hallelujah. Whoa. Jesse just has that way of just digging right deep into your heart and soul. That was so beautiful. Thank you. What a reminder. We were made in the image of love. Mm, beautiful song. Beautiful, deep song. We are very grateful. Okay, Nancy, I'm going to hand the screen over to you. Nancy has our prosperity in practice today. Thank you, beloved.
Thank you. That was beautiful, Jesse. Again, we return to the prosperity principles of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, remembering that imagination is one of the mind's most creative spiritual faculties. And today we explore the power of inner vision. The prosperity principle. Imagination is the workshop where new realities are formed. Prosperity in practice. Hill describes imagination as the faculty through which ideas become possibilities. In metaphysical teaching, imagination is not fantasy. It is spiritual visioning. Every meaningful creation exists first as an inner image. What we imagine lovingly and consciously, we participate in creation itself. This week, spend time envisioning not only what you want, but how you want to feel. Peaceful, creative, connective, free. Inner images quietly shape our outer experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Sometimes that's just enough of a message to snap us out because it's like everything, every form begins in thought, right? So we better mind our mind. Thank you, Nancy, for those reminders. Because we know, right? Like Jesse's talking about, we've read all the books, so we know all the things. How do we then embody this and live it and stay, mindful over our mind and just aware of what we're creating because we are creating. So make no mistake, whether you want to claim it or not, you are creating. So thank you, Nancy, for that reminder. We're so grateful. We're so deeply thankful. I'm going to hand the screen back over to Jessie. She has our final song this morning.
Okay. So this is a funny one. I don't play this one super often. I think I played it once for y'all a long time ago. But we're loving out loud. And yes. I think when we were talking about a rising tide lifts everybody's boats. And I think if we love ourselves out loud, especially, we can more easily love others out loud and remind them that they deserve to love themselves as well. So this song is about projecting that love outward, and it's called Bucket. Here we go. Sometimes I get a glimpse of what happens in your head, and I gotta say that it sounds so ridiculous. I forgot the words to my own song. Sometimes I get a glimpse of what happens in your head, and I gotta say that it sounds so ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I can't remember the words to my own song, y'all. And neither can you, because you probably never heard it before. I'm going to do some self-forgiveness work right now. And I'm going to play a different song called Forgive Yourself. So many years I've hidden, so many lies I've told, the ignorance of youth, or a woman too afraid of truth. So many things mistaken, so much guilt I hold, buried alive, a weight on my chest, stole my breath and I went cold. But how I long for the warmth of love, for the softer side of me. The time is now, I shall be free. I forgive myself myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive myself for everything, including forgetting the words to my own song. Expectations shattered, promises unkept. So many times I swore I'd change. Years go by and I'm still the same. And how I long for tenderness and grace had my own hands. I am the one, I understand. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive myself for everything. Hey. To confusion, it's such a slow erosion. Seemed that hope and trust were just another couple illusions. But somewhere deep inside I realize I am worthy. I am somebody who can be relied on. So I'm gonna put my faith in me. I put my faith in me once again. Oh, it's some kind of redemption. I put my faith in me. I put my faith in me once again. Oh, it's some kind of redemption. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Oh, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive myself. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive myself for everything. Before I finish, I'd like to just give us some space for you to bring something to the table that you know that you need to forgive yourself for. And let's let it go right now. And you can sing with me. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Sing it. I forgive myself. Sing it to yourself. I forgive myself. Sing it to the world. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. As you forgive yourself, others can forgive themselves. Myself, I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. One more time with heart. I forgive myself. I forgive myself for everything, for everything.
Mm. So precious, so powerful. Probably one of the biggest ways we can love out loud is to forgive ourselves. And how beautiful. Thank you for your effortless pivot, reminding us, showing us, being an example of loving out loud, because we're all just on this human journey together, and spaces like ours where everybody's cheering you on, saying, come on, sister, you're a rock star, that's fine. I don't believe in accidents anyway. There's no accident you wrote the words to your song, because you probably remember them now.
Right?
But
Yes.
we needed that song in this space. Wow. I am so grateful. I am so grateful for the way spirit moves. I am so grateful. Thank you, Jesse, for saying yes and being a conduit, because you touch us all very deeply. And I know we're all having the chills and feeling the God bumps, as Reverend Verona would say. Thank you for opening our hearts this morning, and activating this space, and let everybody know how they can find you and your music and get more of you.
Oh, well, JessiePowersMusic.com is the place, Jesse powersmusic.com. And then all of my social media handles are Jessie Powers Music. So thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, it's Jesse.
That's right.
So you definitely need this powerful vibration in your playlist queue. So
Thanks, Amy.
thank you, beloved. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you both for preparing us, opening our hearts, slowing us down. Thank you, Nancy, for your presence and your light. We are so grateful that we are ready. We are open and ready. So thank you for activating us and cultivating our morning here. Thank you. I will see you on this side of the Facebook live stream. So everybody, I see you all here. We are just basking in the love, and I am so grateful to see all of you, and thank you for your bringing your heart. I feel it. I see it in your messages. So we have a beloved soul with us, and she is reminding us that love is never meant to stop with us. And it is the purpose of Spirit of God to have the love move through us and touching out. And we are going to hear more about this. So please join me in warmly welcoming Reverend D. Jacqueline Edwards, a beloved, powerful soul. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amy, for having me here today. And I just have to give a shout out to Miss Jessie Powers of Jessie, Jesse, powersmusic.com. Just had to do that. Just her ease and grace with which she acknowledges and allows just the spirit to work through her, in her, as her. I just have to say yes. She most certainly got to me with that song that she thought she was not going to sing, but did. And just the ease and grace with which that second one came, it just came. It was a flow. I want to reflect back to that because it was such a demonstration. It is such a demonstration of how life can work through us when we get what Ernest Holmes calls our bloated nothingness out of the way and just let God be God today. So just all of the gratitude for all of that. And again, thank you for having me. I enjoy this. I enjoy being here. And I'm going to make a concerted effort to bring a message that we can all use today. That is my goal. So, as has been said, the monthly theme is Love Out Loud. That means love in a way that is noticeable, that is attention getting. And this monthly theme is anchored in this annual theme of living the kingdom within, walking the talk. It means it's time, folks. Our time of, well, let me go over here and see what so and so has to say about that, and critiquing it. And yes, that was lovely. Now let me go have brunch. Did you enjoy that period? I hope you did, because it has come to a conclusion. It has come to an end. Not that we can't still have brunch, but while and as we're having brunch, our requirements is to interact from a higher or deeper or wider or broader or whatever adjective works for you space, to be indeed not just a reflection of the ones that we admire, but a walking testimony to our individual personal missions and reasons and ways and why forths that we are here. So this idea of a rising tide lifts all boats really came pretty much like Jesse's second song. What is your title? A rising tide lifts all boats. Oh, okay. Well, let's just go with that. And before I get too far into it, I, as always, just want to speak a word. So I invite you to join me in taking a deep breath and releasing that breath. And as you release that breath, if you feel comfortable in doing so, please allow your eyes to fall shut. There is only one whole, complete, and perfect life, regardless of appearances, and that life is God. It is Oludumare. It is Allah. It is Shiva. It is the Buddha. It is all of life. It is the universe. It is the black holes and the energy around it. It is all there ever has been and all there ever will be. And we are all emanations of that divine. Knowing that that is the truth, what I know, declare, and accept for this time frame, this space that we are in, is that there is a magical, mystical connection, each one to the other in the present, each one to the other in the future, for whoever may touch this recording of this service at any time, that there is a resonance, that there is a knowing and an acceptance that God, the good to which there is no opposite, is operating in, as, and through me and each and every one of us. So I simply say, thank you, Mama God. Thank you. And I release this word to the law and let the law do what the law does, which is simply say yes. And so it is. So some time ago, Gladys Knight, one of my favorite people, made an album, and the name of the album was Before Me. So as Amy has already noted, this is the fourth and last week of the month of July. And of course, there's a where did the time go? But as this is the last month, I am bringing the concluding word on this title. And by concluding, I just mean for the end of the month. Now, y'all know that we do these lessons so that we take them out into the world with us. And just as a way of reminding us what the lessons have been for this month, this really important theme of love out loud, attention getting love. The month started on July 5th with Reverend Verona Garland, who gave us the three I's, the immutable, the imminent, and the effable, the two I's, and ineffable. And in that, she was inviting us to, I'm going to go some old school here, in that yielding to the immutable. We used to say, hold on to God's unchanging hands, trust the imminent, allow a spiritual awakening. Now, a real ready, immediate, recent kind of example, even though I was trying to suppress it when Miss Jessie was singing her song about I forgive myself, I just welled up. I had to grab my little handkerchief, glad it was here on my desk, right? Allowing, it's letting go. And I couldn't turn my camera off because we're already streaming, we're already live. So I had no choice. And I was in my head, am I actually crying here in front of these people to this song that this young woman is singing? Yes, I was. And that is such an example of allowing the spiritual awakening to come in the moment. I'm not lifting myself up as an example, but I am inviting us to let go and let God. That's that trust the imminent, a spiritual awakening, and align with the ineffable. That is a state of consciousness beyond all knowledge. That's letting go. That's not resting on. And I'm going to share something right now. Amy and I are sharing an educational opportunity, which always calls for, did you write that paper in the APA 7 format? Do you have all your references in order? This is not that. In fact, this is absolutely as far opposite of that as you can get. It is the state of consciousness where we just again allow the flow. On July 12th, Reverend Savannah Riker came with encouraging us to release codependency. Now, that is my little summary of what she has to say. And there was a nugget in there of love supports without taking over. I can love you and let you have your experience, knowing and recognizing that the God that's in me is also in you, and you are having this experience to help you grow. And if I take it away from you, I'm not only overburdening myself, but I'm not doing you any favors. In fact, I am doing you a disservice. Again, going old school, some people used to call that tough love, right? Tough love. That's where we let people learn what they need to learn. On July 19th, practitioner Robin Rice Olmsted said and brought from a quote from her mother, you know what? I'm not liking you right now, but I will always love you. I will always, always love you. That love is this eternal, deep connectivity. And in a minute, we're going to get a quote from some scientists on how important that connection and that connectivity is. That there is a way in which, when I again come back to the good and the divine within me, that I can take a breath. And it's not just for parents. It's not just for parents. Parents get the we get the golden buzzer, on the show, America's Got Talent. If you come out and you're really awesome, you get the golden buzzer. So as parents, we get the golden buzzer on this opportunity to let them learn the lessons that they need to learn. And we also get that opportunity as managers, as supervisors, as bosses, as people walking around in the street. And today, a rising tide, just as water seeks its own level, and indeed, a rising tide will lift all boats. Love is a healing balm that lifts every life it touches. I'm going to say that again. Love is a healing balm that lifts every life it touches. And I'm going to add directly or indirectly. As we continue to talk about what it means to love out loud, we are going to, particularly both in the talk as well as in the workshop afterwards, we're going to do some practices that help us to be mindful of loving individually as well as collectively. And to take it as one of our natural, organic ways of being as we walk in the world, that we plant love and we nurture love in every space that we show up in. This phrase, a rising tide lifts all boats, and I had to chuckle when I saw this on the internet I looked up, well, where does that phrase come from anyway? It's actually a nautical term originally, that the rising tide lifts all boats. And the example I would give you is if you've been in any kind of a canal, be it the Panama Canal, or there's actually a canal in Chicago, and you go into what they call the lock, and the lock closes behind you, the water rises, the gate opens in front of you, and then you go out. So you literally come up a level by going through this lock, that is this locked space, this safe space that is the canal. And so every boat that's in the lock at the time that the water level is lifted up to take you to the next level up rises. You don't have to ask, you don't have to have special permission or anything. When the tide rises, all of the boats that are on the tide rise. Now, this was an economic term as it was used by John F. Kennedy back in the early 1960s. He was arguing for an economic policy that he wanted. And we've heard that in different versions over the years, but I'm going to stick with this one of the rising tide lifts all boats. It's a metaphor that he was using, and we have to remember that he served in the military service, and he was on a PT boat and all of that. So it's not, to me, unusual that that is a metaphor that he would call on. But I want to add something that an economist added later on to this idea that a rising tide lifts all boats. A rising tide lifts all boats that are on the water. I'm going to say that again. A rising tide lifts all boats that are on the water. Again, sticking with the economic metaphor just for a minute, because I'm me and I got to bring a little bit of that piece of the how we are walking the world and shifting the world to a world in which everyone has the opportunity to thrive. We have to recognize that if you're not in the economic system, if you're not in the circle of prosperity, then that little piece may not actually apply to you. You may not even have a boat. You may not even live by or know where the nearest body of water is. Okay? So that part circles back to how we use love in the world. And it circles back to it because part of the way that we love in the world is by being all inclusive. All inclusive. You know how they have those all inclusive resorts that you can go to. You get food, there's music, there's entertainment. They're usually on a beach. You can just walk right out and get in the water. Typically, they also have somebody to braid your hair, ladies. All inclusive, right? We are called upon to be all inclusive in our love. And now that includes not just those people that we want to serve from our sense of giving, our sense of grace, our sense of sharing, but it also applies to those people that we might go, not you. I'm not feeling like loving you so much today for whatever reasons, because they have different viewpoints, because they are people that we don't consider to be worthy of our love. And I know that's a very harsh comment. And I also know that every single one of us have those people or have had. I'm going to give that some of us may already be living from our mystical selves, and we don't really have people that we dislike in that way. But for the rest of us who do, who are only now claiming our mystical prowess. And by mystical prowess, I'm inviting us to consider that we have, and I'm going to bounce back to Jessie for a moment. Early on, before her first song, she said, that she has decided to stop just going to the books, to recognize that she's studied enough, read enough, been in enough workshops, had enough interactions with people, that now it's time to live the thing. That now it is time to walk the walk, as we're talking about for our annual theme, that this is indeed the time to do that. Loving out loud requires us to walk the walk, to practice what we preach, and it also requires courage. And it's okay if we don't start with a tremendous amount of courage. We can start with our safe spaces. We can start with loving the people who are around us. We can start practicing with the one that absolutely annoys the dickens out of us. Talk about a phrase. I have no idea what that means. I'm going to have to look that one up on why it's Dickens, because when I think Dickens, I think Charles. But I digress. Let me come back. We all have situations, people, and opportunities that are, let's call them irritants. These are our practice spaces, and it is important to practice with these people so that we can grow our mystical muscle and apply it more broadly to each and every one, not just in our immediate space, but in our social spaces, in our work spaces, in our political spaces. Them too. Now, I 3 or 4 times use this term mystic. So, what is a mystic? I love this. This is AI, artificial intelligence, quoting Wikipedia. A mystic is a person who seeks a direct, deep, and personal connection with God or ultimate spiritual truth. They often, frequently use meditation, prayer, and quiet reflection to look beyond normal everyday life. Core traits of a mystic. They want to feel and experience the divine firsthand rather than just reading or hearing about it from others. And when I'm inviting us to step into our mystical muscle and use that as we walk the world, what I know is that every single one of us has had a divine firsthand experience of some sort. It may have been a small one, it may have been a major one that you had to shout about, post on Facebook, or however it is that you let people know that you've had this experience. Usually, it's something we have to sit with. Usually, it's something we go, I don't even have words for. So I'm going to use that as the invitation. Go back and look at The thing that you didn't even have words for, that you do not even know how to share with another, that this thing happened to you, but it was something that shifted you and shifted you in a positive, meaning positive, growth expanding for your whole life direction. That's your mystical experience, baby. That was your baptism, which means that you have been baptized. You have been tried by fire. And we're going to talk about the fire of love just momentarily. You got this, is what I'm saying to you, is you got this. Again, core traits of a mystic. They look inside their own hearts and minds through deep prayer or meditation. That's the inner focus. And finally, life-changing love. These are core traits of a mystic. Their experiences often fill them with a strong sense of peace, wonder, and love for all people. Direct experience, inner focus, life-changing love. And again, you got that. You got every one of those. You wouldn't even be attracted to the teachings of this community if you didn't have some kind of a sense of what those three things are referring to. Where do we find mystics? Everywhere. Everywhere. Because what we're doing today is we are coming out. This is our coming out party. We are coming out of the closet. We are coming out of the mystic, me, not me, into the here I am, stepping into and stepping from my mystical muscle as I walk the planet. Wikipedia says mystics are found in many major faiths, including Christianity. That's us, y'all. I know we call ourselves New Thought and all kinds of other things, but generically speaking, we're big on that Christ within thing. We're really in that Christianity kind of basket. Judaism, they're Jewish mystics. Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism, there's no escaping. While some famous mystics had visions or wrote books, an everyday mystic is simply anyone who tries to be close to God or the universe in a quiet, mindful way and demonstrates it. I added that last part. That's the walking the talk. Again, that's our annual walking the talk. John 13, verses 34 and 35. Remember, I just finished saying, that Christian piece, the Bible, all that, that's us. So, bouncing off of that, John chapter 13, verses 34 and 35. This is Jesus speaking. The Christ speaking. Let me say that. A new commandment I give you. It's new because the Old Testament is full of an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And if they step on your toe, punch them out, all that kind of stuff. We're letting all that go now. And we're moving into a New Testament. And therefore, for the New Testament, we have a new commandment that you love one another just as I have loved you. I gave you some examples of how this is done. I don't have time to go into all the examples, but you can look it up and see for yourself. I'll just talk about stuff like loaves and fishes, right? Raising the dead. You know what I'm saying? Examples. Love one another. Then it goes on to say, by this, everybody is going to know that you are my disciples if you have love one for another. That means in our New Thought terminology, what I'm doing, what I'm saying yes to, is allowing the Christ within me to rule my life. to direct my every action and my every activity. What is a disciple? See, I don't want us to be confused. I want us to be clear about what we're talking about. We're mystics, and our mysticism is reflected in that we are, and I'm going to say, disciples of love. That's what we are. We are believers in love. Again, in our new thought vocabulary, we understand that when we talk about the divine, that the divine has many names in Islam too. The divine has many names, and one of those names is love. Hot diggity dog, look at that. Love is one of the names of the divine. So we're mystical and we are disciples to and of and as this principle. In the Wikipedia thing, they talk about the 12. We have to say the 12 trillion, billion, however many people there are on the earth, because it is not just those 12 people, which would, oh, that would excuse us. Well, no, see, I wasn't one of the originals, so that doesn't include me. Oh, no, that so includes us. And Unity people, check out what your founder has to say in the 12 Powers of Man. I'm just going to, again, leave that there and let you go find it for yourself. In 1 John chapter 4, 16 through 17, it says, and so we know and rely on the love God has for us. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. This is how love is made complete. This is how love is made complete, by recognizing that the divine lives within us, has a love for us. The universe loves us, and our charge is to love it right back in the form of loving each others. Now we get to, I said earlier, I was going to hit on the scientists. At Stanford Center for Compassion and Altruism, the co-founders have something to say about this. They say it is wired within us that when we care and nurture, it affects our physiology in a very positive way. Right? So your whole body is shifting. And again, we know this. We know that when we love, we feel it. They go on to say, one of the co-directors says, but before you embark on a mission just to do good, you can't fake it. You can't fake it. It has to be authentic. If you're doing it explicitly for selfish reasons, she says, unclear whether you'll get benefits. I'm going to say you'll get some reaction response, because from the science part, for every action, there's always an opposite and equal reaction. And from the spiritual place, because everything, every seed that we plant is going to grow something. The question is, if we're being disingenuous, will it grow something that we're really wanting to experience? Love, the self-givingness of spirit, is what we are talking about. Again, love is a synonym for God, and Emerson reminds us of that. Ernest Holmes in the Science of Mind textbook says, love is free from condemnation, even as it is free from fear. Love is a cosmic force whose sweep is irresistible. Now, I want to touch on this free from fear piece, because earlier I said love requires courage. It does. And once we step in, the fear leaves. The fear dissolves. There is something magical about love and the way it shows up in, through, and as us when we allow it to do so. I'm just going to pull out one of these quotes that comes again from the Center for Action and Contemplation, and it talks about some everyday practices for practicing mystics like us. And just jump in here with Tuesday. Love is a fire of transformation that constantly needs wood to keep the fire alive. Throw yourself into the spiritual fire of divine love, and everything you grasp for yourself will be destroyed until there is nothing left but the pure truth of yourself. The pure truth, the essence of who you are. I'm going to close with a quote from one of my favorite people on earth, the mystic, Dr. Howard Thurman. And this talk that he gave, The Meaning of Love, was given on my mother's birthday, March 7th, in 1958. And he says, the working definition that we are using is this: love is the experience of being dealt with at a point in oneself that is beyond all the good and beyond all the evil. To love is to deal with another person at a point in them that is beyond all the good and beyond all the evil. Ashe, amen, amen, aho, and so it is. Thank you.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Reverend Jacqueline always ends in this moment of like, let that land, let that sink in. We need a few minutes because that is so powerful when you really massage that out and feel into that statement. It's so easy to love when it's so lovely. You know, it's so easy to love when they love you back. It's so easy to love when it feels uh, like flowers and joy, and yet beyond all the good and evil. Like that's a big calling. And we like to explain away or excuse away sometimes, why we have the right to not love, why we're in the right. And yet our whole purpose here is to be living in the image of love, as Jesse sang. I love that you brought us back to, John 13, 34, 35, that we love one another and as God has loved us, and that God comes in many names, and we can't find the one that resonates for us. And so I love the song Jesse started us with, I am made in the image of love. And so then what does that look like? That looks like the Howard Thurman quote. Where's the meaning of love? Wow. What a way to love out loud for our last week of July. And thank you, Reverend Jacqueline, for wrapping us up too with a lovely bow talking about, Reverend Verona and Reverend Savannah and Robin and what they brought to us this month. It's been really powerful, and to see all the facets of how love out loud looks and how walking our talk, it really comes back to, are we walking our talk? I love how you began with really putting this into perspective. The rising tide lifts all boats that are on the water. that like hit everybody else like it hit me. That was like, wow, yeah. And that some people don't even know where their body of water is. Well, welcome. We are in this space, in this community together to be all inclusive. I love that, that image of, we get to practice with our irritants. And I loved that word. It started to make me think of like allergies or something, that something's really bothering you and you can't shake it. You got an itchy nose and you're sneezing and it's scratchy. It's like, get away, get off of me. So Reverend Jacqueline has just this incredibly powerful way of landing a message, right into our hearts. Like Jesse's music. I mean, today was like perfectly aligned because I felt the same way with Jesse's
Yes.
song. I forgive myself, and sometimes that's the hardest. We could forgive so many things, and then sometimes that's where people get kind of in a rut, stuck. Is that part? So, wow, this was quite a conversation. Let me check in with the chat because I know if I'm feeling this depth, everybody else is as well. Yes, the mystic. I love I love the definition. And you are Mystic Michael J. Allen. Sonia said I was tearing up too. Yeah, that was about the song. And Verona, hi beloved. She said thanks for the prayer, Reverend J. Yeah. You were in Vallejo today.
Hmm.
Jesse says, I feel the same. It can be so strange to give ourselves permission to move on from what we call mistakes and let things be. Thanks for feeling and resonating, Kathy. Oh, that was a response. Yes, I mean, and it's perfect. You've forgot the words to that song, and yet, like Reverend Jacqueline said, that was perfect way that God was using you in this moment because I know that song I touched me so deeply as well. So that song was meant for us. I have no qualms about that. There's no mistake. So to be open in that moment instead of, how could that have gone? Could have been fighting. Okay, let's try to remember the words or look up the words or right. But the pivot was so, I think you said smooth, right?
It was
Smooth.
smooth. It was like butter on hot
Yes.
toast. It was just, she just went,
Yes.
oh, and she took us with her.
Yes.
She took us with her. She was, in ministerial school, they tell you that ministry is about living out loud in the public eye, living in the growing in the public eye. And
Yes.
she
Yes.
just, that little segment should be used as
Yeah.
as an example of what it means to allow the divine within to just let go. That phrase, all these little phrases we like to use, let go
Yeah.
and let God. That was
Yeah.
some let go and let God right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's my new song. Well, let me just get
That's
on with
how it
this.
looks. That's how it looks
That's what it
embodied.
looks
When
like.
she said, "What? I got tired of all the books and I want to embody this stuff." Well, she did.
She
She did.
called
We
it.
saw.
She called it up.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
She
important,
did.
that piece. She called that up
Yeah.
herself. I
Yeah.
want to just, live naturally. And Spirit said, okay, let's go.
That's
I've been
right.
waiting for you
That's
to
right.
say
It's how it
that.
works too. You know this. That's
That is
exactly
how
how
it
it works.
works. Mhm.
Okay, beloveds. Wow, so many comments. I'm going to read through them and then we're going to give ourselves just a little time before we jump into the workshop because this is going to be a deep dive. Michael J says, drop the mic. She is a mystic. Yes, Reverend J, Reverend V are the same. Amazing. Love it. Yes, yes. Bob says, thank you, everyone. That was very enlightening. Love is the one thing that can raise us all up to a new level. Thank you, Bob. Grateful you're here. Jan says, yes. Not just studying love, rather than taking action, being love, being God, love, spirit, no matter in the world, no matter what. Right, right. All the irritants. Hi, Jeanette. Love you. Kathy says, love you, Jacqueline. Such a great message. And that last quote summed it up perfectly. It's what I know, but I don't always find easy to practice. Good reminder. Thank you, Kathy, for your authenticity and vulnerability. Pat says, touches on all I have been through in my life and how I'm extending now. Yay, beautiful. Okay, so woo, as we know, Reverend D. Jacqueline brings it. So we get to let that resonate and germinate. So love truly has a way of lifting us all together. And so before we close up and go into our closing prayer, I wanted to give Reverend G. Jacqueline a moment to let you know how to get in touch with her. And also, there is an upcoming People of African Descent in New Thought conference in
Yes.
August. So
Yes.
handing it over.
Yes. I'm going to start with the People of African Descent New Thought Conference. It is happening in August, and it's happening at Unity Village. There is a wonderful, what do I want to call it? Marriage that has happened between Centers for Spiritual Living and Unity that is just blossoming all around. And this conference happens from August 11th, 12th, 13th. I'm counting because I'm going in on the 11th, and it starts on the 13th through that weekend, which would be the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. So the 13th through the 16th, Thursday through Friday. And it is a bringing together of the ideas and the contributions of people of African descent to New Thought, which has been going on across the millennia, and I can accurately say the millennia. And so some of us came together and formed this organization called People of New Thought. I'm sorry, I'm doing the thing myself. People of African Descent in New Thought Group. And this will be the third conference. As for me, I'm pretty much Facebook and I am both Facebook as D. Jacqueline Edwards and as Platinum Butterfly Ministries. And as I alluded to a little bit earlier, I've been on this school journey for a minute that's going to end by the end of August. I'm almost done. Yes,
I'm
Amy,
so
there is an
proud of you.
end.
Congratulations, because I
And
understand.
And I will, the next time I talk to you all, I will have lots of contact information because that's my number one thing is to reboot my ministry.
Yes. Well, we are here for it, and we love you and we support you, and we're so grateful for you. Thank you.
Back at
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. So we are going to move into a workshop.
Yes. Yes. And I don't know, did my internet do something? I'm not sure. So, in the event that I am still being recorded and Amy is frozen, I just want to say I will see you over on the other side momentarily. Thank you.